Hello, everyone. Welcome to another awesome day at FileMaker Training. Your creator, Richard Carlton, FM Training TV, where the wind is blowing. Nick Hunter doing intermediate advanced relationships today. Today. He has been working really hard to improve the content in the curriculum, so he's excited about that. All right. So, Nick Hunter, what are we doing today? And also, I think Nick's just finished a project. He's available for more. Aren't you available for more project work, Nick?
Yeah, I am available. Yeah,
Okay,
of
good.
course.
So, of
So
course, you're
any
available.
type of any type of project, but people will
Nick,
need some stuff very, if they want quality UI design, quality performance, stuff like this. It's a good.
high levels of polish, especially if you're making a vertical market application. So once again, that's always that in itself is a huge conversation, making an app that you're going to sell, but you're going to have to spend a couple bucks, quite a few couple bucks on polishing your program to make it really look nice, and it will be happy to help you spend your money on that. And
Yeah.
I mean that it's a good. It's not cheap. It also provides high value, right? Ask Scott Kane and some other people. So Scott actually had Nick help on a project, and I think Scott turned around and sold it off. And I think Scott made some money. When I don't really care. I always like people to make money, be profitable when we work with them. So that's the idea. So anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Well, Nick, what are we doing today?
Okay, so today we continue the advanced relationship, and today is an interesting day because I prep a lot today because I want you guys to understand the benefits of using relationship as much as possible. Okay, for any type of problem, relationship is always the answer. Always. That after 40 years plus of your experience, relationship is what saved my butt all the time. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I always agree with that, Nick. Am I supposed to always agree with you?
No, you can disagree, but the thing is, okay, if you don't use the right technique, from the
I agree
get-go.
with that.
Yeah.
There are okay. I agree. There are right techniques and wrong techniques, and so everyone. This is more clearly. It says what this is intermediate to advanced, right, Nick? Is this more?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yeah.
okay. So when you're using relationship to solve performance issues, that maybe might be potentially slow with the script, maybe, and it might be fast with the relationship. You're definitely on the very, very high end of advanced. I want to be clear about that. So
Yes.
once again, that's what senior developers do. They take a look at all the tools in the arsenal and they pick the tool that can provide the absolute fastest performance. What I try to do is get everyone to this intermediate level, kind of where Margaret's kind of getting at a spot where you learn that writing scripts that precisely target things will solve a lot of performance issues. There are times where you want to go above and beyond that with even higher performance, and that's really where Nick comes in. So Nick, as much as Nick says he likes to do UI design stuff, he's also kind of a high performance guy too. So anyway.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
off you go, Nick. I'm gonna have to release and let you go. I've got to go out here and watch Smokey Bear light fires. So
Okay.
okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So let me share my screen right quick because since I don't have camera yet, I'm going to buy one. So can you see my screen here? Is it big enough?
Yes, it is
Okay.
on both accounts.
Okay, cool. Okay, so why? So I want to follow up on this statement that I just made about the relationship. What is the core of FileMaker? What the core, right? It's the schema, right? That the core, field stable relationship. This is the core. Everything that we hear, you know, this is the core engine, is the main engine. This is the nuclear reactor. Okay, so this is where the power is. Everything else that we have on FileMaker, like layouts, scripts, all those things are additional stuff. They thing that works on top of this. Okay, so relationships, logic, right? Logic, which is calculations, which are heavily depending on relationship, right? Because we deal with records, related records, right? And so everything that is inside this guy here, this monster here, right? So everything that is inside this is a core. And you want to use this as much as possible because yes, this is where you have the power. Okay, but you need to use this in the right way, and that's what I want to teach you. Okay, to use right way. And yesterday, somebody in the audience mentioned that pretty much I bring everything I need in the local table I am I am supposed to work. For example, here I'm in contacts, right? So I want to bring everything here. Bring everything here, right? So I'm bringing all the IDs I want from the document type table, from the document table, from all the table, all the satellite table that I have here, right? Right. From all those tables, I'm bringing things from this part here, from those tables. I'm bringing everything here. That's why I love to use UUIDs, and that the right way to do that is because UUID is unique by essence, by definition, that's unique. So you don't have to worry about messing up things and doing wrong things, coding the wrong records, because you use the IDs. Okay, so that prevents you to have problem with this. Also, doing this technique, bringing everything in fields in this source table, right? Well, you avoid having spider web like relationship, like when I said, when you have something here, and then you have something here, and then you have something here, you don't want this type of second level, third level. You can do it. I'm going to show you some example where I'm doing it, but it's very, very rare, and for some condition only. It's not a practice. It's not for everyday practice. It's for very specific use. Okay, so the goal here is to bring everything in the main table here. Okay, and then when I have everything there, well, I can have some logic where I'm dealing with all those things that I brought from other table. So I bring everything from other table, and then here within this table here, I'm dealing with the thing I have. So it's local, so it's fast. I don't want calculation that goes always to that call another table via relationship. I don't want to do that. I bring everything in this table, and then I'm dealing here locally. And today we are going to we are going to I'm going to demonstrate that to you, right? So first, yesterday we demonstrate how we can drag and drop a document here, and then we get thing updated. But I didn't finish everything, right? So I'm going to follow up. So first, here we have the first problem we have, here. Remember when I told you that when you have a relationship and the parent key of the relationship is empty, the relationship doesn't work at all. Remember, I told you that, right? So when you have a relationship, like for example, this one, right? If this here is empty, well, the relationship will never work, right? So if one of the predicate here is empty, it doesn't work. So here, for example, I have no documents for that guy. I have none, okay? None. Which means, remember, yesterday I had a calculation based on the current document I have, and ergo show me the document that I'm missing. But this relationship, as you can see here, doesn't work because it doesn't tell me which. It should tell me all the documents are missing, because all the documents are missing. So here I should have all the IDs. I don't. Why? Because this is empty. Because this is empty, well, the relationship will never work. Okay. So if you remember what I told you last week about this, just what I need to do here, right? To get this working, I need to put anything here to get this relationship working, right? Because I told you that this is different, not equal. Okay, I'm talking about this case scenario. When you have this, different, right? Well, I can put anything here, whatever I want to get this relationship to work. Because if I put blah, 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 blah here, it will say, okay, you ask me to show you everything else but blah, 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 blah. But since blah, 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 blah doesn't exist here, ergo, at the end, I will get all the record, all the IDs on the other side, right? So here, if I put something like this here, boom, all come. I can put whatever I want. Just if I put something that exists, well, it will ignore because it say, oh yeah, this one exists. But if I put whatever, boom, it say, okay, I don't have here. Do you see? This is all my document ID, right? This is all the IDs I have in this table. Okay. Do you see this one here? No. Ergo, the relationship said, okay, you want this H key, HJJ, okay, you want this. Well, I have none here. So I show you of, because you asked me to show you all the IDs that are not equal to this one. So to get this relationship to work, because if it's empty, boom, nothing works. Where I need to change this relationship to get this depend on this. This is a parent key of the relationship, right? So this is a parent key of this relationship here. This one, current document type IDs, okay? So current document type IDs, just I need to do this. I need to say, hold on. I need to say list of values. I bring this here. Sorry, I have a new keyboard in Spanish because mine burned this morning, and so I need to learn. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put that here in the let statement. Marge, maybe you can send a link to the people about the let statement stuff, the let function.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a full series on this. So what I'm going to say here, I'm going to say if is empty, my list of value, that means if I have nothing here, right? If this is empty, well, I like to put null. So where is the, I need to learn a new keyboard. So sorry. Okay, here. I said null. This is the terminology that other platform like Xcode and stuff like they use when they want to mention that something like in existence, they use the null terminology. So I use the same, right? Because it looks professional and it works very well. So if it's empty, the list of value, put null. If it's not empty, well, put the list of value. So if this is empty, I want null. If it's not, I want the list of value. The advantage of the let statement say, okay, this get calculated only once. Even if I use twice. I used twice here, but it got evaluated only once, right? That's the benefit of the let statement, right? So now what happened, right? So if I remember this trigger, if I fire the trigger, where is it? Okay, here. Oh, okay. I need to I need to learn there, boom. So now I get null because this is empty. Okay. So the calc worked because since the current document type IDs is empty, it put null. Putting null here now makes this relationship to work. And now I have all the IDs, all missing. You understand? So let's replace this to all the Okay, I need to learn this because, so let's replace all of this to get all the record to get this showing me that document are missing, right? Correct?
Yes.
So now, do we have any question on this?
You could always add a 1 to link current doc.
Yeah, you can use one. You can use whatever you want here. I use null because it tells me null. It tells me empty. It's the terminology that you use in the Xcode, Java, whatever. Python, they use that terminology, null. SQL, whatever. They use that terminology. So let's use that. Okay. Use the first name of your grandmother if you want. It doesn't matter. Something that you're sure that will never land here. Okay. Right. So that's why UUID is cool, because you can never make out something equal to this by mistake or by hazard. Right. So it's not possible. So that's why UUID is good for that. So if you don't have any other question, I can follow up.
I think that whereas we had one from yesterday, actually.
Okay, let's go.
Position would be faster than pattern count? Question mark.
Position, no. Position, it's complicated. And now pattern count is faster, especially because we use UUIDs. So pattern count will be fast and will work all time. Because if you use pattern count, like, and you have contracts, right? And you have contracts renew, and you look for, and you do a pattern count on contract, it will say, okay, I have 2. Because pattern count on contract will get this and this as well. That's why I don't like to use names, and I use exclusively our UUIDs. It's because you're sure that you don't have this type of scenario, right? So that's the good technique to do. Okay, so let's continue. So here I have some documents. So now remember, I want to make this work flawlessly. Okay, so I want this to go away when I drag a document inside this, right? So here I have certificate, so I'm going to drag a certificate here, boom, and I want now that to get updated. I want this to get updated. I want this to get updated. I want this to go away by changing this. If I update this, boom, this got updated. The current document ID I have is this. It got out of this list, and now it goes away because I have the documents, right? If I go here, I said I want the permit, so I drag the permit, and I want the same to happen. I want this to go and update this, and boom. Now I have 2 documents here. The documents missing are 3 now because I have 2, and this goes away. How I can make this working by drag and drop? Okay, well, drag and drop, if you want to trigger something on the drag and drop, right? You want to trigger. So when the action of dragging and the action of removing, right? This works only on one. There's only one trigger here that works. The on object modify. That's the only one. On keystroke doesn't work, of course, because we don't press any key. On object enter doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work, doesn't work, nothing works, only this one. Okay? That's the only one that works. So if I want to drag something here and get something to happen, right, I need to use the on object modify. So let's build a script, because we need a script now. Okay. So let's build a new script here. Right. It's a trigger. where's the pipe? Yeah, I need to learn this. Okay, it's a trigger, right? It's on object modify. Yeah, I like to put that is a trigger. The script is for triggers. Then is for the trigger on object modify, and then you say for what end. And here is for documents, you know. So I explained this is for document. I can say also for contact documents. Okay. So it's a trigger on object modify contact document, right? So what this script do, right? First, I need to commit the record. And then I need to set the fields, the trigger fields. Maybe Marge, you can send again the trigger link to the audience, then they can go there again and, you know. And I want the timestamp, the current timestamp. Okay. So this script here, I'm going to attach this script on object modify, and I've select this script. On object modify, you need to know something. The script will be run after the selected object is modified. That means that when you drag an object, when you drag a document inside a container like this, the trigger will happen after the container has received the document. So when you trigger this, the document is in. It's not before, is after the container has received the document. That you need to know. So let's see if it works. Okay. So I'm dragging an instance. Boom. This got changed. It was, you know, let's do it again. It was 15, 26, 27. That's why I'm using timestamp, because that helped me to know if, yeah, did I do them? Did happen? Because sometimes, you know, you have plenty of triggers, and you have script that trigger plenty of stuff, and then you at one point you have a bug and you don't get something you should get, right? And you realize, oh yeah, but this trigger hasn't been touched like 5 hours, and you just trigger the scripts, or it didn't get triggered since 2 days, and you keep going, you know, triggering, firing the script, and this didn't get updated, so something wrong, right? It gives you an indication. So here it was 27. Well, if I drag again, like for example, I'm going to drag the contract here, right? I drag here, look the trigger, boom, 35 got changed. So this works, you know. So let's debug, right? I'm going to put the license, which I don't have, doesn't matter. So I drag this here, poof. See, the document is in. You can see it. The document is in. Then I commit wise because it's a related record. So I need to commit the record in order to get the validation, in order to get all the calcs depending on this trigger to actually trigger. Because now, yeah, the related record has been created, the related table has been connected with the relation, all the relationship I built. So now I can fire this, boom. Okay, easy. So now you know, drag and drop on container, it's on object modify, and the trigger will be fired after the container receives their documents, or after you get an action, because now you get what I want to do. I want to delete that, right? I want to be able to delete that, remove that file from the container, and also delete that record, the record that goes with this. I don't just want to remove, right, their, what's the name, to remove their container. I want to delete the record. There's many ways to do this, and I'm going to show you all of them, how to do that, right? First, do we have question?
Oracle uses null a lot. I'm used to that, and it differentiates from empty values.
Yes, exactly. So you have plenty of platform, or Salesforce, Oracle, Python, and SQL, whatever. They use null. It's it's a well-known, who use null for coding, and null represent an absence of value or reference to non-existent object. We indicate that the variable object property has not been assigned a value, blah, blah, blah. So it's okay. So you have nulls or null check, so stuff like this. You have plenty of people using this. I think it's my way. Put whatever you want, but it looks professional. It looks, that means you show that you know what you're doing. So now, other questions?
People are typing, but I don't have any questions for you at the moment. So.
Okay. Now, I want to go there, delete this, right? But at the same time, delete the record. Okay? Not just this. I want to delete the record, this one. I want to delete the record. And of course, update this to get this updated. Boom. See? Correct? Bueno. So how I'm doing this? Okay, there's many ways. I'm going to show you the first one. Here, I have one on object modify stuff, right? Okay. So I'm going to use the same scripts. The script will do two things. Right? So I do if is empty this field. That means, remember, that's why it was important that I mentioned this. The trigger will be fired after your action inside the object, inside the field. So the script will be triggered after the container is empty, right? So I can rely on this. I can say the T05D container. So if is empty T05D container, right? Then this is when I want the thing to happen. Of course, I need to be able to put that first. And I'm going to show you why. Then I said, okay, what do I want what do I want to do here? Right? What do I want to do? I want to go to the table, right? At that point, the container is already gone. The file in the container is gone. So, but I need to delete the record there. So here what I'm doing. First, I say, I want to the first way, okay? Imagine that this is the beginner level. How could I get to the record that I want to delete? Well, remember, all of this is articulated around relationships, right? I show that document here. Is the doc is gone from the container, but the record is there, right? The record with this ID document and this ID contact, the record is there. This ID contact 3423 and the document type. Oh, I deleted it. Okay, let's do this one, right? So here, this record here, the record I'm showing here, remember, because this container, it's a related container. It's a container on the other side of that relationship, TO5D. TO5D depend on two IDs. It depends on the ID contact and the selected document type. So it matters. The relationship is with this and this, right? Those two. So the record is already there. It's still there. I empty the container, but the record is there. The record is here, 67080, right? And 3423. So the record is there. I want to go to that record, but that's easy because I have the relationship. So how to get that record? Go to related record. Go to the related record on the TO5D, right? To get the record. But this record belongs to the document table. So I need to go, right, to the document table in order to show, to display the record, right? But here's the catch. If I do this like this, right? Let's do it, right? So this is empty. And I say, okay, it's empty. So this works. If I go there, it's not empty, right? So if I fire this script here, well, the container is not empty. Ignore this, right? Ignore, it's not empty. You understand? But here it's empty. So go there, show me the record. But if I do this, I go away. So I go to another layout, right? And this is not good. You don't want to do that. This is not a bad practice, but is a rookie. That means you are new in FileMaker, or you didn't listen to this show. Okay. Now, in order to do something good here, right? I don't want that because I need to go back to the to the layout I was in, right? Instead, you say new window. You go to a new window with the same layout, right? But you go to a new window. So the difference is it's huge because now I do this. I have a new window. And I didn't leave that. I have a new window. Correct? So now what I do? Well, easy. I go there. I delete my record. Right? I delete the record. And then what do? I close the window. Right? And then, right, I do this because this is the same thing. I need to commit the record and do this, But here we have a problem. If I do like this, I go there, and here the problem. I delete this, right? Now the onObject modify script has been launched. Yes, the container is empty. I go there, I delete the record, and I get this. Why? Because the record is busy here. So you guessed it, to get this to work, I need another commit here. When I go, before I go, I need a commit. Before I go, before I leave here, I need a commit. Okay? Let me show you. Let's trigger. Oh, sorry. Trigger. So I delete the file from the container. It's empty. I commit. Poof. See? Committed. I go to that layout, document. I delete the record. I close the window. I commit again, which is not necessary, but is necessary if I don't do this, right? Actually, I can fix this to prevent to have two commits here. And then I set the trigger. Both. See, this happened and this happened. So how to fix this? Well, I need a commit here, whatever, when I drag a file here, I need a commit. And when I remove, I need a commit. Well, just put the commit on the first and remove this one. See? So I'll have two here. Well, put a commit, whatever, right? And remove this one. So let's try now. I'm going here. Script debugger. I remove, commit, go there, delete, close, boom, set field. Right? Correct? Now I want to drag something here. Permit. Commit. It is not empty, so ignore this and set the field. Simple, right?
Yes.
Do we have questions?
Questions, comments? Instead of deleting a record, is it the best practice to just break the link?
Break the link.
Between the IDs, I assume.
No, because you still have the record there. You don't want pollution in your document table. You need to remove you need to delete the record. You need to delete the record. Because otherwise, you can break the link, but you still have the record there, right? You don't want empty records. It's bad practice to get that. We call that pollution, right? So you don't want that to happen, right? But I'm going to show you something here, something interesting. The benefit of relationships. The benefit of using this technique here of bringing everything here, right? Do we have any other question, or I can continue?
I think you can continue for the moment.
Okay. Okay, so this technique of, going there in a new window, delete the record, close the window. This is huge. This is big. This is heavy. This is no, it's not good. So how can I do? Well, remember, we are using relationships. I have all the tools. I have all the IDs. All my IDs are there. I can do whatever I want now with this. I'm good. I have all what I need, right? Because I brought everything on the table. It's like I always take this analogy with the cooking in your kitchen, right? You have everything on the counter: the tomato, the garlic, oil, salt, pepper, whatever. The cooktop, and you boiling the water. You know what I mean? So everything there. You have everything on the counter. So you need to do the same thing here. You bring everything in the counter, and then now I can do whatever I want. How can I delete a record here without going to the how I can delete a related record? Well, this is a technique. Remember, this container is part of a relationship, right? Well, if I put a sorry, if I put a portal with the T of 5D, right? And let's show those three things here. And let's reorganize a little bit, right? It's just for showing you, right? We don't need to do that, but it's just for the demonstration. I want you guys to see what happened here. Well, oops. Throughout the relationship here, right? I'm showing that record. I have one record here. One record related from that contact ID and this document type ID. If I click here, I have something else. Here, see, change, right? This change. And I already have only have one record here. I have one record is one document related to this, right? One document. So instead of doing this BS stuff here, right? Let's put good. Here what I'm doing. I name this portal underscore, where the underscore? I think here, okay. Portal documents, okay? You can put S. Portal document, I copy this name. Oh, I already have the portal created here. Okay, so yeah, I told you I was prepping for today. I wasn't lying to you. So, I named this, I copied this name, and here was the script which looks like. Go to objects, there. So I'm going to, so I tell FileMaker, go to that portal, okay? Delete portal row, and that's it, right? Demonstration. So I changed sorry for the dog. So I changed that trigger. So I changed the trigger, right? For the new one, right? The good one. So what happened? Oops. What happened if I delete this now? Delete this. Go to the objects, the portal, right? And to show you that I'm not lying to you, no, it's not this one. Do I have the window here open? Yeah, here. See here, I have 3 documents here. Delete portal row, right? Command variable, wrong operations. Why? Oh, hold on. Delete portal row. Go to objects. Okay. So it didn't work. I did this morning, was working. Documents. Yeah. So I did this morning. Go to object documents. Delete portal row. Well, that's funny. So because I'm going to delete that, or maybe because it was busy. Let me close that window here for now. So let's go and do this one here. So I commit, go to the object. So I am in the object. Command isn't available. Why? That's weird. I just do it this morning. Okay. Oh, maybe because maybe this. Let's do it again. Oh, I don't have any document here now. So let's bring all the document inside. Where's my document here? I'm going there. So contracts. Let's put a contract. Let's put an insurance again. Let's put the permit again. And the certificate again. And see. Okay. So delete. That's something funny. Why? Any IDs? Because normally I don't need that. But if I do this, is it working? Yeah. That is something. Go to, sorry for that. Forgot something. Go to portal row first. Sorry for that. Okay, so I'm going to the portal. I'm going to the first row, and then I delete. Now it will work. Okay, so demonstration. Sorry for that. So I go there, go to objects, go to the portal row, and then I delete it. And then I do this, right? Do it again. I delete the documents, boom, gone. Okay? Right? But here, unfortunately, I need another commit here at the end. Because, you know, I'm deleting I'm deleting a related record. So I need to commit the deletion action in order that to work, right? So let's do it again on this one. Boom. And now it works because I need to commit the deletion. So let's recap. I go to the object. This is mandatory. You need to go to the object by name because you might have many portals in your layouts, not just one, right? So you need to make sure you go to the right portal. Then you go to the portal row first because that you have one record there. And then you delete that record and then you commit. And then you can do that again. Okay? Make sense?
There we go. You can move the commit before the set? Question mark.
Yeah, but I want this second commit to happen only if I do this because I have this one. This one is enough for this. If this one doesn't happen, right? You know, yeah, I can do that if you know, I can do that if you want, right? I can move like this, but here I will have to commit. But no, it's better to get this. It's better to commit everything before you do everything here, right? So commit the record, and then you can do whatever you want. Because I'm pretty sure if I don't do a commit before, it will say cannot delete this record because it will be busy here, right? But this is a good technique to delete a record, a related record. So you have a portal, right? And you delete the record you want. Don't worry, I'm going to explain to you this in more detail when I'm going to start talking about deletion of related record, because there's technique here that is going to save your life, save your butt, and avoid craziness when you use this setting. When you use this setting here, you can go and get crazy, right? When you do this, right? So when you use this, right? So I'm going to explain to you. But here, when you have one related record that you want to delete, this is a way. This is good for one record. When you have one related record, this is a technique. In that scenario here, this is right technique here, right? So if I drag again my document here, so let's say certificates and permit and insurance and contract, right? Right here, correct? So now, before we go to the question, so this portal here, it needs to be there. You can show, one row, two rows, whatever. It needs to be here, but it can be here. You can put it outside. It still work, right? If I delete contract, gone. It works, okay? It doesn't have to be in the layout. You can put it outside of, out of the explicit area, so you can do that. It works, right? For debug purposes, you can just show it sometime. You see, you can check whatever is correct, and then when you're done, you remove it, right? But for the demo file, I want to keep it here, right? Correct? So here now, I want to show you something, the benefit of getting everything with relationship, right? So let's fix this, for example, here, this is not really a good UI. So I want to know when it's missing, right? Where's my, I want to see, what is the icon I'm using? Okay, I'm using this one. Okay. So this is when it's missing, right? So remember, I have a button here. So I'm going to use the padding here to get the text outside the icon. Then I can have my icon here. Okay. Missing. This missing. This not. This missing. This not. Okay. But also, I want to know when I get it, when I have it, right? So I don't have the icon that I want. I might have here. Hold on. I have another file here, and I know I have it. So when you want to transfer an icon, a glyph from one file to another, so this is a technique. So here I have a file, and I'm sure I have the icon I want here, right? So this is a related record. So I'm going to hello. Why take some time? When I'm doing zooming, it's takes some time. Do we have any question while I'm doing this?
Not particularly at the moment. I had to get us some music so I can play it during the waiting for things to load.
Yeah, I don't know why it's loading it takes so long. I noticed this server is slow since this morning. I don't know why. Might have to talk to Jacob and
figure out if there's something that happened.
Yeah, because it's it's not normal. I just ask for a button here and it takes forever. And I don't know why. Well, I don't know. I just want an icon though.
How dare you attempt to acquire a single icon?
It's okay. Yeah, so here tomorrow, okay, tomorrow we're going to enhance a little bit this. Tomorrow I'm going to add a third level in the relationship without creating another level, an additional level on the relationship, right? So, here we go. So yeah, is there. So I have the icon here. The icon I want is this one. So just you copy a button with the glyph you want and you paste here. So now the glyph is available to you for all your buttons. Can remove this. So this one, is when pattern count, right? This is not pattern count, this is pattern count. So when it is there, hide this, right? So so I want the button to be green, right? And I put it here. So this okay, this not okay. So see now I have this, not okay, right? To make it clean, I'm going to borrow this conditional and put on those two buttons here. And I want the icon to be white. So when I select it, is white. But if not, is green, green, red. If I click here, is white. So I can see it better, right? You know what I mean? So now you have a nice UI here. So if I go to another contact, can see they're all missing, right? So I can bring a certificate, I bring a permit, I bring an insurance, and a contract, right? And if I remove the contract, boom, gone. Okay? Contract, boom. So now, before we go, and before the question, I want to know at the contact level, which one has missing documents. I want to know indeed, because here I know I have a missing document here, but the contact here, I don't have a missing document on the contact level. Let's say I want to build something like this, for example. Let's say, oops, I want a portal here, a current table portal, right? And I want the full name, and I want the city, for example, and the country, right? So I'm going to put that 10 here. I'm going to make it bigger, right? City and country, right? So I have this here. It doesn't have to be nice, just functional, right? City, country, right? So I have this here, right? Let's put there like this, right? And here I want to see in this portal here, I want to see the one missing. I want to see missing document. Missing, I want to see which one has missing documents. Okay, at the contact level, I know here I have a missing documents, right? But here I don't see it. And you don't want to do what everybody will do, go to the document table and ask for which one is missing. You don't want that. You don't want here, you want nothing to be related. Nothing. Because otherwise, when you do a scrolling like this, you will have tick, 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 like this. Okay, who has this problem in this master detail? When you scroll, you have tick, 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 tick like this. Who has this problem?
Who has it, everybody? You need a set field, someone's saying.
No, I mean a slugginess here. You know, when you
Yeah.
display, you know, it's doing click, 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 click. It's doing like tick, 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 tick like this. It doesn't. It's not fluid like this. It's not fluid like this. You know, you have no fluid like no. You know, who has this problem? Everybody has a problem because here you cannot put anything related. Nothing. So that means I need something to tell me that something is missing. And I know it's easy now to know it's missing. I need a tag, you know, where's my, okay. I need a tag, missing documents. Okay. It's a number because it's a 01, right? So how I know if it's missing documents? Okay. I'll let you tell me how I can how I know that I have missing documents. Is there in the layout? Tell me how I know I have missing documents.
Tag is updated if missing document is not empty.
Exactly. I have it. Is there missing documents, right? It's very easy. Not is empty. This one. That's it. That's it. And I get my tag, right? So let's replace this to update all my 400 records. Boom. So now I have a nice tag here, right? I have a nice tag, missing documents. Yes, missing documents. They're all missing documents, right? So now that I have my tag, I can put, right, a nice text here, say missing documents. And this, I like to put it like 10 red, not this red, a little bit stronger, right? And you put here, right? And you say, if I have no tag, if I have a tag, show it. So not tag missing documents. If I have no missing documents, right? Don't show it. So now I have, and you see, it's fluid, right? So let's say I'm going to add a license here, right? Which I don't have, it's okay. Let's say I put this one here. Boom, missing document gone. Why? Because this is empty. Ergo, this goes. All of this happen here, right? If I go and I say, okay, if I do something like this, let's say I didn't have this, okay? And I want to question, I say, okay, if I do this, yeah, it's a local file, so it won't be, because I'm not on the server, so it will be fast anyway. So, but anyway, you have the field here. So use the field. If the field is empty, that means there's no missing documents. Well, if I remove this, instantly it comes, right? And this goes missing, and this here. So now this one show, okay? So this is, when you use the right technique, like I said at the beginning, that you bring everything in your local table, everything, okay? all the ID, list, throughout relationship. I have many relationship, right? I have a lot of relationship here. I have this one, you know, I have many relationship. I don't care. And then I'm grabbing all what I need in those link stuff, you know, the current stuff I have, list, the missing documents that list, you know, all the document type, you know, all of those, you know, you bring them in, and then you can use them for all the purpose you want. Delete a related document, updates buttons, updates icons, update status. Because now, you know, for example, the status, I can also, you know, change the status, for example, you know, based on this, for example, you know, or incomplete or whatever, you know, I can, because I have all what I need here, all local. And the key of this is to use anchor buoy relationship map, you know, A to B, right? Anchor buoy, right? Then use the relationship to get all those fields updated, all the links you need, right? And then you deal with all of this, right? Before we go, if I have 5 minutes, I want to, because I want to finish something for that. I want to show you something about the benefit of multi-value fields like this, to get multiple value in one field. And I want to show you a technique that I'm using a lot that give me the opportunity, the capability of making good things, nice things. You know, people love, because everything is polished. For example, here I've said document missing. Yes, but which one? Which document's missing here? I don't know. I don't know, because I know this one selected, but I'm using the ID here. But I want to know that I want to say license missing, contract missing, insurance missing. I don't want document missing. It doesn't talk, right? It's not good. I want here to see license missing. How I'm doing this? Look this. Here I have the selected document type, and I'm putting an ID here. But also, it's not just this, you know. When you click here, remember I have a set field, and I can just say I want the list of the ID and also the type. So what will happen if I do this? Now, when I click here, I have two things: the ID and what it is: contract, insurance, permit, certificate. Remember, I told you I'm bringing everything in my local table. This is on the local table. This field belongs to contacts. So I can go and do whatever I want. For example, here I'm using placeholders. So instead of saying document missing, right? I'm saying, where is the, here? I need to learn this. And get value of my selected document type. Value number 2. Remember, I have 2 values, right? And this. So now, and this is performance free. There's absolutely no problem with performance because it's local. License missing. So, you know, license missing. If I go there, certificate missing, permit missing. insurance contract, right? But here I have a problem now, because now I have two values here, right? So let's fix this. I have a problem with the conditional formatting. I have two values. So here I'm calling here the value number 2, right? The value number 2. So what I need to do is copy this, and on my relation, on my what's the name? Conditional, this is no longer equal to this because I have two values. No, this is equal to this. I need to bring the first value on this field, okay? And I need to do the same here. 1 back, see, it's back. So because I'm bringing everything, so I set the field. I can set the field with whatever I want, and that's the benefit of multi-values. I have to select which value I want to use. The first is the ID, the second is the name, right? But I don't, from here, I don't go to that table throughout a relationship because that's slow. When I click, I put everything on the counter, the ID and the name. Okay, now I can do whatever I want. And now, right? So you see here, so and now is much more explicit. The license is missing because you selected the license. This is what we call quality work. So if we have questions, can answer them, and we can dock the Enterprise to the space station.
How did you bring in the placeholder? How you brought in placeholder the red X?
I was waiting for the question. Okay, so yeah, I like to do that because it's cool. This is an emoji. So you bring your emoji, whatever symbol selector here, right? And you select whatever you want. So I select this, right? You can change it if you want. You can select this and bring the emoji selector here, and you say, let's say you want to change, you want this one, for example, right? Boom. It's nice. It looks good.
It does look really good. Would it work on Windows WebDirect?
Yeah, but you might have the window version of that emoji, which
So you wouldn't necessarily be able to control exactly what it looked like, but I mean,
no, it will depend on the operating system. The emoji comes from the operating system.
Okay.
Okay, if it's not provided by, for example, you know, or when you use WhatsApp and you send an emoji, well, you on the iPhone you will have some emojis, and on other smartphone you will have other emojis, but it will be the same but with a different look because it depends on the platform, you know. So, but it works for sure. I think it will be black and white on PC. This I don't know. I have no idea. But you guys can work. I'm going to send you to this file to you, so you guys you can tell me tomorrow if it's working well or not, right? So, and so tomorrow we're going to continue this, right? So, you know, to close the webinar from today, the multi-value field here, you know, here, this is important to learn how to use this, you know, like for IDs, bring the IDs and then use those for filtering through our relationship. And also you can use for that purpose. When you click here, you can say you want multiple things, and then you reuse what you put on the counter on this global. You can you reuse it wherever you want, and it will be free of charge in terms of performance. Do not call crazy relationship. I call relationship when it needed, you know, when I I call the relation, I use the relationship at the moment I'm updating the trigger. When I say this, bam, right? Choke. And then I update plenty of stuff for me. Okay. Plenty of stuff. Like this pattern count stuff here is free of charge in terms of performance because it's local. It's based on IDs that are local, right? So I don't care. It will be like no-brainer in terms of performance, right? So the goal here is to bring everything in, right? And tomorrow I'm going to show you, I'm going to add a layer between this and this. I'm going to put the years, 2025, 4, 3, 2, 21, right? So I'm going to put the prior year and the current year. I'm going to put that here, and you will see that here I will have everything on one level, right? And if I have some time, I'm going to show you how to remote delete records. That's a very good one. How to remote delete record, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, no, yep, people are saying thank you.
Okay. So did I do a good job today?
I feel you did.
Okay.
What are we thinking? But yeah, I think you did fantastic, Nick. Yeah, people are saying thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to send to you this this file, and that will be day 8, right? Today.
Yes. Today is day 8. Is it today day 8? It is. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, and how many next week we have another 3 days, right?
Yes, but you're also here tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. No. I mean, no, it's just because I need to bring to you the new description that I have.
Yeah. Next week is another 3 days, but then we're out. So I will send you. Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you everyone for coming. I will see you
everybody.
all later. Bye-bye.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.